Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's your sister Adina, and I'm back with the 11th edition of the Liberated Pussy podcast. You know, we do this every week. We were off last week for the holiday. I'm going to invite my sister Monique in to join the beautiful conversation for today. So come on, get in here. We're going to talk about your leading edge. I dropped my notes. Your leading edge, our leading edge. What are we doing to continue to grow and get better in this life? To have the life that we came to live, that we were born to live. That is the journey today. To live more abundantly and flow and beautifully and flexibly. That's what we're talking about. Okay, there is Monique. Okay. She sent me a request. And hey, come on in here, Mo. Hey, come on in here, Monique. Come on. Yes, let's see. I'm going live with Monique. Accept. Okay. That's what we're talking about today. So thank you to those who have joined so far. Let's see. Okay. Still trying to get Monique in here. I'm waving. Hey, there she is. Hello, gorgeous.
How are you?
My love?
I'm wonderful. How are you? We made
I'm
it.
doing excellent. So much going on, and I'm just riding this fun energy of what we've come to do and really alive and ready and enjoying my life full out. That's
Yes,
how
I
I am.
love that about you. I love you with all of your belly dancing and all the cats you have to wrangle in order to get them to
Yes,
be on the same beat and all that.
yes. All the liberated pussies I got to wrangle. Those the cats you speaking of. I
Go
love
this
those
way,
ladies.
go that
Go that
way.
way. 5, 6, 7, 8. And somehow, every time it works out beautifully.
Wow.
And I have to remind myself and the cats in the midst of the wrangling, we are having fun like this right now. This is a part of the fun. Add this up with everything else as a part of your joy.
Yes.
Right now, our rehearsal, and I know it's 11:59. Well, not quite 11:59, but 10:59 last night.
Right.
We were there kind of late. Yeah. So I'm happy
Mm.
to see your beautiful face.
Thank you. I'm happy to see you too. I
Mhm.
always am happy to see you.
And if we were closer, you'd be one of the cats I'd be wrangling. Get
Girl,
in here.
you would be trying to get rid of me. Yes, I look forward to the day that I can spend time with you dancing. I really do.
Mm-hmm. I look
In
forward to that
person.
too. And it's going to happen.
I
Mm-hmm.
know, I know. So today our conversation is about staying on the growing edge.
Yes. Which
Ah,
this dance conversation is so much of that.
yeah.
How are we expanding as
Yes.
grown women? How are we grown? Like you may be the height and all that you were since junior high, since you were 12.
Yeah.
But how are you still growing?
Right.
Where are you growing? What are you doing?
You know, it's a really interesting thing, and this might hit some buttons, but I feel like as women, our growth is often associated with being in love relationships and having children.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
We
It's a
love
beautiful
that
thing.
journey. We do, we do, we do.
Mm-hmm.
But people go away and children grow up and go away.
As they're supposed to. That is the whole journey. They're supposed to grow, and you created a beautiful human for this beautiful game that we're playing called life, and they're supposed to create their life. Not saying they forget mom and dad, but
Right.
they're supposed to.
That's right.
It's okay.
So our growing edge isn't really found in parenting, is what
No,
I'll say.
no. I mean, you do grow in
You do.
parenting. Don't get it
You
twisted.
do.
I have
You
3
do.
children
That's
who are
right.
now men. I have 3. I've given birth to
Yes.
3 humans who are
Yes.
now men. And you've
Yes.
given birth to one
Yes.
human who is a young man. He hasn't
Yes.
graduated from high school
Yes.
yet, but he's sure on his way.
Yes.
And yet, we still have our own whole life. We still have a whole Adina and
That's
a whole Monique.
that's right. That's right. And my life isn't centered around what my child is doing, or what, that does take up a lot of your time and energy, but it is not the core of it. It's just like maybe 20% of it, I would say.
Yeah, it's not the sum total of who you are.
It is not.
I don't think we were given that as children. We were taught that you graduate, you go to college. This is my list.
Yeah.
Okay, you go to school, you do good. Then you go to more school, you go to college and get in debt, but they didn't say it that way.
Right.
You get a school loan.
Yeah.
And then you get a job, and then you get married, and then you have babies. Okay?
Yes.
I checked all of those boxes and then was like, okay, now what?
Right. That's right.
Now what?
That's right. And I feel like as women, we're not really taught that we are creators by nature. We are creators by nature. One of the ways that we create is by having children. That's just one of the ways we create. One. And so what happens is the energy that we aren't focusing on trying to get a man and trying to have a baby becomes this excess. It's not really excess, but it's energy that's not being used. It's energy
the stagnation, like it, because you are designed to create, and if you're not creating, you can get stagnant, and that's what can become those illnesses and the unhappiness and the extra weight that people can tend to carry as they age because they're not using their gifts.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
Absolutely. I think that is absolutely correct. And it's fascinating to see it in real time, though, Adina, because here's the thing. When I was young, I wasn't really thinking about being a 50-year-old woman. I really was just thinking about, oh, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have kids. And that was the totality of my existence. That's really, and I'm going to have a job, right?
Well, 50
but
seemed old when I was a kid. I mean, I was like, oh, at 50, I guess you just sit down and just wait for the Grim Reaper. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like it was over at 50. But now that we're at 50, it's like, what? We just
getting started. And you don't know that it's just getting started because we've not been given the narratives that it's just getting started. And when I was in my 30s and I started seeing people that I had grown up with and gone to college with starting to accumulate like bigger positions in their jobs and homes and all that kind of stuff. And I really started thinking like, oh, what am I actually going to do with my time and energy? How am I going to, like, do I want to just become a person that a home owns? Because
that part.
That a home owns, that a car owns, that a relationship, or do I want to see what else is possible? Do I want to see if there's something unique to me that I can access that I haven't been told about? And the reason that because I could feel it, I seen women who had 8 children, 9 children, husbands be filled with discontent. I had seen them be filled with discontent and subtly bitter.
Yes. So think back, because now women have more choices than we ever did. Okay. Yes. We really do. More freedom than we ever do, but we have to give ourselves access to it. Think back to grandmama or maybe great grandmama and how maybe stuck they were. Because people will say stuff like, well, grandmama stayed with granddaddy, 57 years. But did she, quote unquote, have a choice? Did she have access to resources on her own so she could create her life? She was basically a possession. And don't take this the wrong way. Anybody who's listening, just hear me out. Did she have the freedom to really, or the resources to really create her life, or was she just a life of service? Was that all her sum total of her life?
Right.
Right. And we can say she loved it. She loved it because, I love my grandma dearly. And there's an aspect of that me too. I love being of service. But first and foremost, I got to be of service to Adina. Hello.
That's
my life.
That's right.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
That's right. And it is, and we have not been shown women who are living for themselves. And in this last generation, like I have met some women who are really devoted to their own healing and transformation. And I'll say the first woman that I encountered that was that way was my ex-husband's mother. She was devoted to her journey. And can I tell you that I really had a deep challenge with it. I remember we were all here in Los Angeles, and she became a minister, and she decided to go live in Denver. And I remember thinking, what grandmother leaves their children and their
Like the
grandchildren?
nerve of you. Yeah.
I literally didn't believe that this woman had the right to
Mm-hmm.
go create her own life separate and
Mm-hmm.
apart from her children and grandchildren. I was offended.
So you
I
thought
was
that
like,
lady, you thought she belonged to you. Like, you need to be up in here babysitting. Grandmother, where are you even going? The nerve of
and
you.
let me say, it wasn't even about the babysitting piece so
Well,
much.
what
It was
was it?
about we needed leadership.
Oh,
I felt like we needed leadership.
okay.
We did. But
And that's real.
and I felt that there was only one way for her to lead us. That was the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like she had to be there to lead us. So we could call her and be like, this is going wrong. But really the way she was teaching us was by leading us by being herself.
Wow.
That was
Okay.
her leadership.
Okay.
Her leadership was follow your own heart.
Okay. Okay.
Don't tie
Well,
me
that,
to that, and I'm
yeah.
not going to tie you to it.
Yes. So that story gives me more grace for my own mother,
Yes.
because what my mother did when I was 22 is she moved to South Africa. She
Mm-hmm.
moved to South Africa, and I was like, well, dang, I just got to make it, right? What if I need $20? What if my lights are due? You know
Right,
what I'm saying? I just had to
right.
make it. But she truly did follow her own path and
Yes.
stayed there in Africa for a good 10 years. She's back
Mm-hmm.
now, maybe 10,
Mm-hmm.
15 years. She's back
Mm-hmm.
now, but it is a testament of do you, boo. I mean, you
Yeah.
really have to figure out how to do you and not just be tied to what you create, or kind of almost like a servitude, like an
Right.
involuntary servitude.
Yes.
Okay, we
Yes.
want to be with the grandchildren or be with us or that kind of thing, but you got to want that. That
Right.
has to be you. You initiated, not role initiated, because you're a
That's
grandmother. You
right.
must do
Right.
da 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 da
Right. It's not an
da.
obligatory role. It's
Right,
not just because you're a woman, a mother, a grandmother doesn't mean you're obligated
right.
to function in ways that are out of alignment with who you are.
I gotta shake my rattle on that. I say,
Yes.
out with this obligatory stuff. Nobody wants it.
And it is
Nobody wants it.
and I will say that one of the things that I see in some women, not all, is that we hide behind these roles.
We do.
We abandon ourselves to go be a mother. We abandon our own gifts to go grandparent,
Mm-hmm.
and literally that's being lazy. That is
Mm-hmm.
it's a way of not being on your growing edge, right? And
It's a
so
way of not really growing. It's
that's
a
right.
way of stunting yourself. And if
Yes.
you hide behind that, you actually cheat the world of your gifts. Each
Yes,
and every one of us came here with gifts to give. And
girl.
if you don't find them, and if you don't heal it, and if you don't give it, the world goes without your light and your gift.
Girl, and more than that, the
Mhm.
world, your family goes without it.
Gosh, Shay.
Your
Mhm.
family
Yes.
goes without your true gifts and your true abilities.
Mhm.
Because what I know now on the other side of that experience with my son's grandmother is that now she has wisdom and knowledge and offerings that she would not have
Mhm.
had she stayed here.
Mhm.
She has stuff to give now that she would not have even been able to cultivate had she stayed underfoot and
Mhm.
making sure that we didn't fuck up
Mhm.
everything. And
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
now she has contacts all around the world
Mhm.
that we can have access to, and the things that she's done. And so it's really important for us as women to see ourselves, to be able to begin to craft our own narratives and our own
Mhm.
stories about who we are, because the world has just painted us as,
The
spiritual
help.
women. The
The
help,
help.
girl, that is right. And that is Black women and white
Yes.
women. It's not even, it's a, it's spiritual.
Mhm.
Like Mary gave her body to God so God could impregnate her
Mhm.
and have Jesus. Like that doesn't, does she want that? Was that what
Right.
was
She be like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm going to go study in Japan for 3 years. I'll be back and I'm going to let you know if that's what I want to do. Then it's
Right.
been a different story. Yeah.
Right. But those stories are written by men. Those stories are
That's
not
true.
written by us, and we've had them all of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Stories of Cinderella and Snow White needing someone to come and rescue them, to
Mm-hmm.
save them from
Yes.
some sort of servitude to then just go be a servant in another way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a very interesting thing for us to really claim ourselves.
Yeah.
So what has been the most fascinating part for you in your claiming yourself?
Well, how vast my interests are. Okay, so I am giving myself permission to go in the direction of my heart. This is what Goddess Technology is about. This is what Goddess Gathering about. So from squirting orgasms, hello, it is not just for porn. Hello.
Right. Yes.
to to stocks and understanding how to invest in stocks, to Balinese cooking classes, to decorating. Like my interests are very vast. Different forms of dance,
Yes.
how to do stage makeup.
Yes.
It's really vast, and I want to do all of that stuff. You know,
Yes.
I wish it was more hours in a day, but I got to sleep sometime. But these are the things that I want to do. I want to experience Adina abundantly and have fun in my body and
Yes.
just really do it full out. You know, ride it
Yes.
till the wheels fall off, not just be sitting in the corner talking about, okay, baby. And but you know, be a grandmother and enjoy
Right.
the grandmother experience. Because I am a grandmother. My oldest
Yeah.
son has a daughter, so I get to be Yaya. But I'm sexy Yaya. Hello, hello.
Right. Yes. I love that. I love the fullness of that. And that is how our lives get to be when we are creating our own narratives. I feel like one of the things that's the funnest part for me is really being in being in my own solitude and being
Mm-hmm.
able to think about and pay attention to the things that I want to pay attention
I
to. You know what
say.
I mean? Like I love to sit around reading astrology. I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love to be able to be with people. Like I love studying human beings. I find like there's nothing else as interesting as I've always felt like that. People are so interesting. And now I've been able to connect the individual unique experiences of human beings to a cosmic experience. So now I'm just like fucking in heaven. I'm like, because
I feel like you're the ultimate knower of everything. Since you know our astrology, you really know us. You're like looking in like, I figured you would do that. I see you. Oh yes, I like you know everybody business.
I really do. I know everybody. Like I'm the ultimate nosy lady. When I was
Yes.
growing up, there was a lady that lived next door to us that used to be staring out of her window, and we would call her Nosy Minnie. Her name was Minnie, right? We would call her Nosy Minnie. And I'm Nosy Minnie, and I'm just but I love it though because I really understand human behavior in a completely different way. Like now I get to be with people. I was with a friend of mine the other day, and she said something, and I was like, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, oh, that's arrogant. But I know her chart. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I get it. I get where the arrogance comes from. And one day she'll come and ask me something, and I'll say that. I'll be like, here's what it is. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
because she'll get it when she's ready. You know what I mean? It's not
Yes.
even, and I love it. And I love to see the human experience unfold and show up. And
Mm-hmm.
it's miraculous to me. And so I get to do this because I have had the courage to prioritize myself.
Ashe, Ashe. Prioritize yourself, people. Yes, goddesses. That's what we're talking about. How can
Yes.
you do that? And what does your heart really want for you to unfold? What did you come here to
Yes.
do? What did you come and inhabit this body to do in this lifetime? You
Yes.
don't have to save it up for the next. You can do, you guys, you got enough stuff for the next time. Let's look at what you came to do, but you do need some time to figure that out. You do
Yes.
need some tools to help you figure that out and a community around you that supports you in figuring that out.
Yes.
Not one just handing you the apron. And it's no shade on aprons. If the apron is your thing, then do that full out. But just know that that's what you're doing from your heart, not because someone said that that was your role.
Right.
That
Right.
piece.
That's the difference, to become a self-thinking, self-generated woman.
Mm-hmm.
And it requires asking deep questions. Why am I
Yes.
doing this? I remember when I started asking, why am I in this relationship thing? Why is this what I do? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I was told.
Mm-hmm.
This is the game I was told to play. But when I
Mm-hmm.
started studying cosmology and realizing this is actually a blank canvas.
Mm-hmm.
This is a blank canvas.
Yeah.
The universe is like, what do you want? Who do
Mm-hmm.
you want to be?
Right.
Like, and I mean, you're going to pay some dues to get
Mm-hmm.
there, because
I
you
sure.
cannot take your old self into the new reality. The old self must die. It cannot
That's
come
the
with you.
cost. That's the cost you pay for your new self. But don't worry, because your new self is super cool. You know, it's not like you really lost anything. Like you talk about your mother-in-law, you still have you, but you have
Yes,
you better and more improved. You
yes,
know. Mm-hmm.
yes. It is such a really beautiful thing. And so I am, you know, I feel like, all of there's the Bible and the Quran and all of these rules and regulations, to a reality where there really ain't no rules.
Right, right, right. But we were
you
born
know?
into this. We were born into this, and they gave us kind of a template and just
Yes,
plugged us in. It was like, well, follow this. But we took the template and just kind of slid it over, and it's like, now what? Now, without their template,
yes,
what is it that we want to create? And that's what we do in Goddess
that's right.
Technology. We slide over the template, and we start to create from an us-centered place, from a
Yes,
you-centered place.
that's
You are
right.
the center of your
Yes,
universe. Yes. And then
yes.
create from there.
And then create from there. And the magic that comes is
Mhm.
profound.
Yeah.
It is just profound. Like, we are such magical beings. All women are, but melanated beings in this profound way that,
Mm-hmm.
like, we just got to really understand who we are. Like,
Hmm.
and you got to do the research so that you can understand it. Fortunately for me, and it was a little bit of a curse, but I've been studying American history since I was 3 years old. My grandmother been giving me poems and books to read about slavery and all that since I was 3. So I understand that we built this country with our
Hmm.
hands.
Hmm.
I I we built this country, the
Hmm.
economy,
Hmm.
the banking system, the housing system,
Everything.
the education. We built it
Hmm.
all with our hands.
Hmm.
And we are capable of that. We are
Right.
capable of profound ingenuity.
Hmm.
That's what it is. We are capable of profound ingenuity. And so, because we built this reality, the people who they call were slave owners were the richest people in the world, not just because of free labor, but because of thinking, creative humans that
Yes.
were creating the world,
Hmm.
that were creating rice plantations and how to process rice and how to get it all around the world. We created
Hmm.
that, that
Hmm.
were processing cotton and picking it and
Hmm.
processing it and making it
Hmm.
into fabric. And those
Hmm.
fabrics were going all around the
Hmm.
world.
Hmm. We built that. We
We,
made that. We
we
did that.
made that. We
Hmm.
created it. We
Hmm.
are highly creative. And
Hmm.
now it is time for us to have the opportunity to go inside of ourselves and create new things, because the
Yes.
old world is over.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
now we have to go inside and create new things.
Hmm. And we're here for that.
And that's what we are here for.
We're
And
here
we
for.
we are the vessels. We have it is
Mhm.
within us, the newness, the new ideas, the new creations that will move us into a new world are inside of us. Everything has to come from inside. So
Mhm.
you have to find the time to listen, to be still, to get everybody off your phone, to get everybody out of your pocketbook, to get all of them off of your titty.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that you can be in your own system, in your own body, and hear the voice of the goddess inside of you saying, create this, do
Mhm.
this, go
Mhm.
there, talk to them, tell them this, ask them this. And we create a new reality by being obedient.
And she's there. The goddess is there. And she's subtle. So she's not going to
Yes,
yell at you. She's not going to
that's
knock you
right.
upside the head.
That's right.
She's just waiting for you. Like, all right, well, when you're ready, I'm here. When you're ready, you ready? And that's what we do.
That's
So
right.
we are doing at Follow the Sun, we have a program called Goddess Technology. And inside that program, we do the Goddess Gathering every week, where we're doing exactly what Monique just said. As a group of sisters, we are coming together, doing the rituals, doing the work, having the solitude, having the exercises that move us toward our greatness,
Yes.
move us to who we were created, who we created ourselves to be. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Who we were born to be, rather, who we
Yes.
were born to be.
Yes.
So we open our doors to you. We do these Liberated Pussy podcasts every week to tell you about, to just give you a taste of what we're talking about. We have women all over the world who we do this with.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We're all in the world. When we get off this phone, we go out our door, we're in the world with everybody else who are inside the template. If you're
Yeah.
trying to live outside of the template, it's helpful to have support. It's
Yes.
helpful to build a community around you who say, yes, you can do that thing that they tell you is
That's
impossible.
right.
Of course you can. Of
That's
course you
right.
can have that. Yes, you can
That's
make it.
right.
Let me
That's
help
right.
you. Let
Of
me
course you
align
can
my
heal your
consciousness.
body. Of
Of
course
course you
you
can
can
heal your
heal
body.
those
Your bodies were
relationships.
designed to
That's
heal
right. That's right.
everything. I don't care what they say.
That's
All of that,
right.
but you need something else in your ear other than
Yes.
telling you no, with
That's right.
even you telling you no.
That's
So
right.
this is what we do. We concentrate our power and we bring each other to that mark. And when we get there, we go higher. It's
That's
concentric
right.
circles up,
That's right.
concentric circles up. So we just getting better. Y'all
Yeah.
can watch us get better, or you can
That's
join us and get better.
right.
But
That's
that's what we're going to do in
that's
Goddess
right.
Technology.
That's
We meet
right.
every Thursday. We're meeting today, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Y'all do the math for the times in
Yeah.
between, wherever you are in the
Yes.
world. But
Yes.
we'd love for you to join us because as women wake up, literally, we change the planet.
That's right.
Literally.
That's
Because where
right.
the mamas go, the baby's going to go, the daddy's going to go, hello.
That's right.
Because that's where the love is at.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's where it is. That is where
Mhm.
it is. The babies need the milk,
Mhm.
and the daddies need the honey,
The
right?
juice.
They need the honey. So everybody's following the mama, and y'all,
Yes.
if you have this, it's literally that literal, and that's why when women change their minds, everybody will follow because
Mhm.
everybody needs the
What we
women.
have. What we
That's
have.
right. So
Mhm.
we get to determine what the story is. Since everyone is dependent
Mhm.
upon us,
Yes, the feminine chooses. So come on. What are
come
you
on.
choosing, goddess? Are you choosing anything or just
Yes.
sitting there squandering your
That's
choice? Get up
right.
now. Get
That's
up, you
right.
mighty goddess, and
That's
let's
right.
make a choice.
That's
The
right.
doors
Pick
of the
up your
goddess
mat
circle are
and
open.
walk.
Ashe, ashe, gotta shake the rattle on that.
That's right. That's right. All right, you all.
Mhm,
So you can join us. You can in my link tree. Is the Goddess Gathering and Adina's link tree, Goddess
mhm,
Gathering.
mhm.
It's $77 a month. And we meet 4 times a week. And
Not a week, a month.
I'm
We
sorry, we
meet
meet four
every week.
times a month. We
Yes,
meet every week
mhm.
on Thursdays.
On Thursday.
Thank you for that. Every
Mhm.
week on Thursday. And I just gotta say, Adina is an incredible teacher. Like,
Thank you.
I just love Adina's work. I love it so much, and I feel so honored that I get to be in space with such inspiring women because this is what I was born for, and I
Mhm.
love it. It
I love
is
it.
amazing. And then when we
Mhm.
have the wins, when we're
Yeah.
working on something, and then we get to call each other and be like, "Girl, I did it,"
Mhm.
and yes, of course it works, and it works because
Mhm.
we're two or more gathered. The
Mhm.
spirit of the creator is in the midst. So when
Mhm.
we hold things together, we just grow the power. We grow the power.
Magical as fuck.
Yes.
Hey, magical
Yes.
as fuck. Come on in
Yes.
here, y'all. Come on in here, y'all. I'm going to plug my event for those in the DC area. We have, and this is Belly Dancers of Color Collective, we have our 6th annual Glow Hafla happening in Capitol Heights tomorrow night. So you'll see women who are working this goddess energy through the beautiful art of belly dance. And we have guest artists coming in as well. If you're interested in that, there are links inside my link tree or hit my IG. You'll see all the information about that. DM me. I'll make sure you get the link for tickets. But come party with me in the DC area. Mo, I
Yes.
wish you were here because we'd be tearing up the
I
floor. We'd be
know.
tearing it up.
I
But that's what
love
we're up
that.
to, y'all. Mm-hmm.
Have a beautiful. I can't wait to hear all about it. I'm looking
It's gonna
forward
be
to hearing
amazing.
all about how magical it's going to be
Yes,
because you're
we're
creating it. I know it's going to be
creating.
magic.
It's gonna be magic. Yes, 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 yes. All right, everyone. Love you. Hope to see you in the Goddess Circle. We're
Peace and
going up.
blessings.
All we do is win.
Yes, I'm going.
All
Talk to you
righty. Bye
later. Bye
bye.
bye.